that was an experience I never want to relive. What is it with you girls and stealing soap? What is it? It's giving Mariah Carey obsessed because why you so obsessed with me? Everybody knows. Oh, obsessed. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. Because, child, I don't like how I'm just living in your head rent free. Whoo, child.
If I wrote you a symphony, just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful, would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you.
Hey Amour babes, and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Ashley Amour, and I am back with another video. I should have put on a necklace, but whatever. And usually we do a whole nail cam, but I need my nails done, so we're not doing the nail cam this time. In today's video, we're doing a story time. It's been a while. I see that every time I tell a story time, because it really do be a while since the story time before that one. It has been a while, like what, like 2 months? That's a while, right? Right. And this story time actually took place recently, and I know I've told you guys before that I only tell story times after some time has passed, but I really been going through it with this individual for the past couple of months, and because of her, a lot of things has happened since then, which we are going to get into. So if you want to know what the heck I'm even talking about, make sure you keep on watching. So quick backstory. I'm not sure if we've had this talk on my channel yet. Actually, I don't think we have, because that would require me to do like a life update video or something. If you've been watching me for a while, then you guys know sometime last year, around this time last year, if I want to be specific, I was filming and posting grad school vlogs. Because if you guys did not know, I am in grad school. I am going for my master's in clinical psychology. Right after I graduated from undergrad, fall 2020, I got accepted into grad school literally a semester after that. So I was right back into school like the following January, and I had just graduated after dealing with 4 long years of undergrad that prior November. And it was a school in Texas, but I was going to class online because they weren't doing in-person lectures at the moment. They weren't doing in-person classes at the time being. It was great on my end because I definitely didn't have moved to Texas money. I had just graduated college, like slow down. So doing classes from home while stacking up to move when they do reopen campus was what I was basically doing. I finished my first semester and I passed. I'm like, cool. First semester was great. That's me to fall. But while I'm chilling, trying to have a nice summer vacation, I get a phone call from the school saying that I have yet to register for classes. And I'm like, right, in August for fall, right? But apparently, y'all, this school was an all year long program. Classes run spring, fall, and also summer.
Oh, no ma'am. No ma'am.
I did not know that. It didn't say that on y'all website. If I saw that, I wouldn't have applied. I'm not even gonna cap. Because who's trying to go to school all year round? Like, are you stupid? So I did it anyway. I had to register. I did register. Then I don't want to really focus on that part of the story time, but basically that being a year-round program plus other things that were going on, I just withdrew. Like after that second semester, which was that summer, I was done. And I really wasn't going to go back to school for like, I was really going to just take a year off for real, because it is what it is. But for fun, I saw that this one school was still taking applicants for what I was trying to study, which was clinical psychology for the fall 2021 semester. So I applied, and honestly, I didn't think any school was taking applicants at this time, because it was like what, like July-ish, going on late July. But they were still taking applicants, and your girl got in, and that was on that. So I got accepted last minute, which required me to like find an apartment like quick. And all the nice apartments that I wanted, that I saved up for, I couldn't get because no units were available at that time. So I'm like, dang, like, hello. This money was supposed to be for an apartment in Texas, and we're going to still move to Texas someday, y'all. After I get my master's, that's where I'm going. But anyway, all the money I was saving up for that apartment in Texas, I had to apply it towards an apartment here in North Carolina, which is where I'm at now. Yes, I am in North Carolina now, guys. I go to Central. If you guys don't know what that is, that's NCCU. If you don't know what that is, that's North Carolina Central University. Okay, that's where I go now. So the only complex that had available units at the time that I had to move, which was literally right then and there, is the one that I'm at right now. So basically they only had 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom units, which I wasn't really aiming for. But I had no choice. Like, this was literally like a last resort, last minute thing. I applied, I got approved, and now I'm here. I got assigned to my 3-bedroom unit. They didn't have any more 2 bedrooms by the time I applied. They didn't have any 2-bedroom units at the time that I was trying to apply for an apartment. So they only had 3 bedrooms available. So I got approved for one, and I was giving my roommates. I moved in literally the day before school started, and that was the beginning of a very quick end of my time over there. I'm still in the complex, but y'all, it got to a point where I had to literally move out. Like, I'm in the same complex, but I'm in a different unit right now because that's how bad it got. It got that freaking unbearable, and I'm about to tell y'all. The last time I had a crazy roommate, and she was trying to do all that she could do to get me to leave. I didn't tell y'all that story time. I may or may not tell y'all. If y'all want that story time, let me know. But there was a situation where I was living with a certain roommate, and she was doing all that she was trying to do to get me to leave the apartment. By the end of the day, she moved out because you're not about to move no mountains over here. But I'm not saying this girl moved my mountains, but if I didn't leave, things would have been really, really bad. It was already as bad as it was. So mind you guys, like I said, I'm in a 3-bedroom apartment. So it's me and 2 other girls. And they've already been living here for a while, apparently some years. So we're gonna call one of them Ava, and we're gonna call the other one Delusional. And why we just go from a regular name to an insult? Well, because the person that is named Delusional is the main character, person, whatever. It was Ava, Delusional, and myself. Ava and Delusional are friends. I kind of peep them like sleeping in each other's rooms sometimes, walking in there, talking and laughing, kicking. Yeah, and I did have small talk with Ava when I first moved in. She seemed nice when I first moved in. So she was telling me how she's been living here for a while. And also the other girl, Delusional, was living there for a while. How long they been living out in North Carolina? Just like small talk. Why did I move out here to North Carolina? Things like that. I didn't meet Delusional until like 2 weeks. No, like almost a month living in that unit is when I saw her the first time ever. Was literally almost a month in, if not already a month and some in. I knew it was sometime in September. Probably heard her door open a couple of times, and I've heard more than one voice a couple of times from my room, but I've never physically seen her. I've been out there and I don't be seeing her, so I don't know. First time I met her, I was on FaceTime with someone, and I was doing my homework in the living room, and she walked in, and I turned around and I saw that it was a whole nother person. It was her. So I said hey, she said hey, that was that. When we would see each other in the apartment passing by, we would just say hey. Ava had a girlfriend, and sometimes she be there, sometimes they be, I guess, going to her spot. And at some point, I guess they said Ava's girlfriend's place is the spot because she got up and dipped. So basically, she's been out of the apartment for like 5-6 months for real. So basically, the majority of my time at the other unit with them, it was literally just me and Delusional, just the 2 of us. With the exception of, I think, 2 weeks before I moved out, I came back from work one day and I saw that her door was open because her door faces the front door when you're walking past to go to my door, and I saw that she was there. And of course we didn't speak because the thing with me and Delusional, well, Delusional's thing with me, let's say like that, because I'm giving her her name Delusional for a reason. So of course, because she has a problem with me, Ava's no longer going to speak to me because, like I told y'all just earlier, they are friends. So that's fine. Go buy your friend. We don't need to converse at all. I'm not bothered. I don't care. All this started because of laundry. 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 Like, from my POV, really thinking back to how this really started and where it's taking us now, it's just like, yo, like, people are really weird. Like, people are really weird. This is why I don't like people. Like, what really be wrong with y'all? Like, dead ass. I don't understand. Like, so mind y'all, it's 3 of us sharing one laundry unit. One thing I did notice that I didn't like my first few weeks in there was that the laundry was in use every single day, from Sunday to the next Sunday, like clockwork. Sometimes I wake up to the noises of the washer and the dryer going on. Sometimes I walk in from school and or work and the washer's going, or I'm getting ready for bed. On the way you do fall asleep, or y'all like falling asleep and the washer and dryers are going. Like, bro, if not that, like, they will do their laundry and just leave it there for a while, like maybe a couple hours, maybe into the next morning if they did it late at night. And then when I'm thinking, okay, maybe by the time I come back or finish doing this, I can go ahead and do my own laundry, boom, the next person's either doing it or the same person with a whole nother load. Like, my mind every single day, at least one time in the day, every day, that one question will run into my mind. Why are y'all washing y'all? What are you washing? What are you washing every single day? What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, is it the bed sheets? Is it clothes? Like, I don't know. I live here too. Okay, like, I need to do my own laundry too. Like, and I know it'd be the both of them, not just one person, because there was a time where I came out to make myself some dinner or get a snack or something. I went to the kitchen, and walking to the kitchen, you gotta walk past the washer and dryer unit, which is right by Ava's room, because Ava's room is right by the washer and dryer. So I'm walking past to go, and I saw that they was both doing their laundry at the same time. Her basket was there, the other one's basket, Delusional's, was in her hand. She waited for Ava's stuff to finish drying so she could put her stuff in the dryer herself. And I'm just like, like, really? So mind you guys, when I finally, sometime within the week, find that tiniest moment to finally use the washer and dryer, I can leave my stuff there for maybe a little bit, because I mean, they would do it all the time. So why not? Why can't I? I'm gonna do my laundry and then do other things while I wait. And even if I'm still doing something while the stuff already finished washing and or drying, it is what it is. So why is it when I come out to get my stuff out the washer and or dryer, I seen that my stuff has been moved, which means my things have been touched by people I don't know.
Oh, no, ma'am. Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
My own family, we don't even touch each other's stuff like that. So why are people that I don't even know from a can of paint putting their hands on my stuff? And honestly, y'all, that's been a pet peeve of mine since I lived on campus as an undergrad. I hated that touching people's stuff because you need to use the washer or the dryer. Like, things like that used to bug me. Like, yo, we all have phones. We all have the clock app on our phones. The clock app has a timer. Use it. Like, what's so hard about it? You know what I mean? I'm not really feeling the whole touching my stuff. So when I noticed that, I brought it up to a friend of mine and even to my mother, but we're gonna get to her response. So I brought it up to a friend and I was like, yeah, like, they always doing their laundry every single day, from Sunday to the next Sunday, over and over and over again. And I just let it be what it be. But when I finally get an opportunity to use it, they be so quick to move my stuff out their own way so they can take up the washer and the dryer all over again. And then he was like, they was being unfair. I'm like, bro, I know it's unfair AF. Like, I've been really peaceful and calm and chill, but stuff like that does bug me. I don't like people I don't know like that touching my stuff, and I don't touch other people's stuff. So that was the whole thing with me. So I let more time pass, it still kept going on. So then I told my mother what was going on. My mother wanted to know how I've been reacting to the situation. I told her I haven't said anything. I've been just noticing it and letting it be what it be. My own mom, who calls me mean all the time. For the first time in a while, I heard her say, "You're being too nice." That's how I know it's a problem. Cause me, I'm not saying I'm not nice. Like, yo, I am a cool person. But when it comes to stuff that I know is making me uncomfortable, I usually would do something about it right then and there. But my whole thing is, I really do not want to get in trouble with, you know, the leasing office or nothing, because this is like not like a college apartment. Like, this is a place that I rely on pay rent for per month. So it's like, I'm not trying to get myself in a situation where I get like evicted or anything, because then that'll be a whole nother problem. So to hear my mom tell me that I'm being too nice about the situation, that's how I know I was going about this wrong. I should have been said something, and that's what I did. I'm usually not in the apartment. I'm usually like out work in the morning and school in the evening. And then sometimes I'd be in the library right after that, and I'd be coming home like mad late. This is one of those days where I was gonna be gone like all day. So I had wrote out a note that I did tape to the freezer, and it was basically saying, respectfully, I let you guys take up the washer and dryer all the time, every day, all day. I don't say nothing, I let it rock. I just wait to do my laundry whenever it's available. Then when I do, when it is available, as soon as my stuff stops washing or drying, y'all be quick to either put my dried clothes on top of that machine, or use your hands to take out my stuff from the washer and put it in the dryer, and probably put it on the wrong temperature the whole time. I wash my clothes how I wash my clothes. How you may wash your clothes, it may not be the way I wash mine, and you're gonna mess up my clothes from either putting on too much heat, not enough, I don't know. Let's continue to be respectful and not touch each other's stuff. If I be waiting for y'all to get y'all stuff whenever y'all can, that should be reciprocated. And if not, let's all get our stuff as soon as it's done washing or drying. Turn on your timers, okay? Respectfully. I know I'm sounding like a little sassy and snappy right now, but it really was like respectful and chill when I said it. So later that day when I came back home, I saw that there was another note attached to that note that I wrote that was also taped up on the freezer, and it was way longer than what I said. All I said was, hey, y'all heard what I said, but that was the longer version. It was like a shorter way. And I see like a whole like letter like next to that little note that I wrote. So what do you have to say that this much? And bruh, I ain't gonna cap, I did not read that note. No, I did not. If I'm telling you something that's making me uncomfortable, respect that and move on. Because if I'm doing something that's making you uncomfortable, I would like you to let me know so I will stop doing it. So if I'm letting you know something that's making me uncomfortable so you can stop doing it, why are you trying to make this a debate? Why is it even turning into a conversation? I said what I said, respect it, let's move forward. And you wrote a whole letter, not even a paragraph, let alone a small response. You wrote a whole letter. You wrote a full 1-page paper. What do you have to say? And then who wrote it? Was it Ava? Was it Delusional? Were you guys writing this together? Girl, go ahead, please. I left a nasty taste in my mouth. It was very distasteful, and I went ahead and I just took off both notes, crumpled it, and threw it away because, like I told y'all, I did not read it. And seeing how long it was while I read it. Some people don't be washing their hands every 20 seconds. Some people don't wash their hands at all. Some people be doing one thing, like picking their nose or scratching their eye boogers out or scratching their ass crack, and touch the next thing without even washing their hands first, let alone hand sanitizer. I don't know how y'all live. I don't know what y'all be doing. But I know that I keep my hands clean. Therefore, I'm comfortable touching my stuff. I don't know about y'all. Respectfully, so don't touch my stuff. And just because I know my hands clean don't mean I want to touch your stuff. Because again, like I just said, I don't know what y'all be on. So I don't want that on my hands. Like, you know what I mean? So ever since I put that note out, it started being awkward in the apartment. To elaborate, the haze stopped. I would walk in the room. They both there in the living room, kitchen, whatever, conversing. I walk in from the front door. They stopped talking until I walk into my room. Then they resumed their conversation. It got to that point, all because I said, let's stop. Like, now that tells me that letter y'all wrote was probably on some angry stuff, because from that point forward, like since that day, y'all have not been messing with me. And I mean, that's fine. that will not bother me. That does not stop me from sleeping at night. I don't care. But it's petty, like, you know what I mean? So if I had been on some yes man stuff and not spoke up about how I felt, we would all still be cool. While low-key, I'm uncomfortable about how y'all moving with my stuff. That's fake. I ain't going like that. I'm not going like that. You thought wrong. Anyway, as time passed, like I told y'all, at some point, Ava was gone from the apartment for like months. So she disappeared like 2 weeks, I want to say, after I wrote that note. And the only reason I wrote that note was because, I mean, like I said, I was on the way out the door to a long day. I didn't know who was home. Clearly it wasn't a time for us to even sit down and have a conversation anyway. But I also did add, like, on the little PS line, I had also said, if you guys ever want to talk to me about anything, my door is open. I do have an open door policy. Just knock on my door, we can have a talk. Though I don't be in any problem like that. But again, respectfully, like, I'm gonna keep throwing the respectfully out there because I know how sometimes people can be a little attitude-ish when they talk to their roommates and stuff like that. But I was being cool because I didn't want any problems. But yet, me being respectful still caused problems. Like, bro, I can never win. Ava eventually left for a long while, and it was me and Delusional in the apartment. And I don't know why she waited for her friend to leave for her to start doing the stuff that she was doing. But why did you do that? Like, was there like a plan behind all that? I don't know. So first was the trash. So Delusional would be the type to leave her trash bags by the front door for the longest, to a point where the apartment stinks. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do that too, but not for a long time. I eventually do take out the trash. I don't leave it there for like a week or more. That's disgusting. Like, and you got it out here in the area, like, it's not even in your room. You have it out here publicly. Well, not publicly, but like, y'all know what I mean. So like, I have to smell it too whenever I'm in the kitchen or chilling in the living room or walking through somewhere in the apartment. No, that's nasty. One day I came home from class and I was on the phone, and when I walked in, a big old smell of nastiness just smacked out of me, and I screamed. Not like scream literally, but like I was loud. I was like, what the, like, this trash really stink. What? Like, I was going off because, like, bro, that was disgusting. Like, that was wild. Like, why is it as soon as I open the front door to come in, that's what I walk into? That's very disrespectful after, you know, a long day. When I had came back out to warm up some food in the microwave, I had noticed that her light was on. Walking to the kitchen, I gotta walk past her door too, but she on the opposite side of where I was. My door would be like on this side of the wall, then that's her side of the wall. So I noticed that her lights were on. I heard like TVs and stuff, so that meant she was there, which must meant that she heard what I said. And not on some, oh my gosh, she heard me, I hope she didn't hear me. Not on that type of stuff. Like, I didn't care. Like, that was really trifling. Go take care of that. Like, hello? As soon as I walked back to my room and I was eating and chilling, I heard her get out of her room eventually, because it's thin walls. People are loud. Our doors are loud. So like, you hear everything. You hear everything. Everything. Some things you just didn't ask to hear. The next day after that, she had more trash. It was 3 small bags. Well, one of them looked a little bigger than the other 2. She left them there for almost 3 weeks. For 2 going on 3 weeks, she left them there. And they just started to like boof over time. And I'm like, oh, she showed me funny from the last time. I didn't want to go straight there and think like that, but usually when I go straight there and I think the worst, I'm right. You know, and I was in this case. Then there were the dishes. The first few weeks after Ava had left, it kind of became a assigned sink situation between Delusional and I. Our sink was a double sink, so I would have my dishes in the right side of the double sink, and Delusional would have her stuff on the left. That's just how it came. It wasn't like a thing we planned. That's just how it's always been. But one day I came back home and I had seen that she had her stuff in my side of the sink. So I thought that was a little funny. I didn't care too much about it, but I did think it was still weird anyway. But I just started putting in my dishes in that side of the sink that used to be hers, but just the left. But low-key, I'm not messing with that because the vid is still out here. And I've noticed that she's not the cleanest roommate, so it was already like, I'm not really trying to keep going back and forth with dishes, you know, because this is stuff that you've had your mouth on. Like, I don't want to put my forks and spoons in the same sink where you just put your own forks and spoons, like, you know what I'm saying? And then it's not even the fact that she switched it that one time. It would be like random, like for 2 days she'll go right back to putting herself on her original side, which was the left side. Then more days will pass and she'll put it right back on the right. Like, she was just going back and forth between sides of the sink, and I'm just like, bro, can you choose one? Like, I don't know. And then she wouldn't even clean her sink after washing her dishes. I come there to wash my dishes, I see all this residue all throughout her side of the sink. I mean, it ain't my side, but when you start putting your stuff on the other side of the sink after that, because that other side is cleaner, which is my side, and then I had to put my dishes here where you made it all dirty, like, bro, like, why? And then on top of that, she was also still being handsy and touchy, but not with really the laundry per se. I mean, she did go back to that eventually, but we're gonna get there later. But it was more so with like everything that was in the apartment, stuff that would be in the drawers and the cabinets and the refrigerator, the freezer. Like, she was just moving stuff meaning her stuff and my stuff. And I'll peep that things in the fridge of mine was moved most times for no reason or knocked over to the side. I'm like, bro, for what? The way I have my pantry organized one way, I go back to that pantry like maybe a day or two later and it's rearranged so you can throw some stuff in there. But then when I open your stuff to see why you didn't just put your stuff in there, you have all this space, you just trying to put your stuff next to mine just to be funny and weird. Bro, get a life. Then there was the furniture. The furniture one is funny. A few months after of like living here, I did start like meeting more people. Like months after moving in, like October, I started to meet more people here, and sometimes I would have company and we would all be in the living room because I'm not gonna have y'all in my room. Like rare times I allow that, like y'all sit on the chair or I sit on my bed, but I like to use the living room because no one else is using it. Delusional never uses the living room. And like I said, Ava's not here, so why not use the living room? So I was using the living room and I would have company. And during the day, it wouldn't be off some late night till 5 o'clock in the morning type stuff because I have things to do the next day. I am a working woman. So kickbacks and all that other stuff, I don't do that. This is more so of an after work vibe for me or after school vibe for me, and then that's it. Like after an hour longest too, you gotta go because I gotta get ready for bed. I skipped the part. One thing about Delusional, she does this little snorting thing with her nose. I don't know how to describe it, but it's so disgusting. And she does it like every like 2-3 minutes, like all the time. I don't know if she has like a sinus infection or a sinus issue, but it's annoying, especially when you're trying to go to sleep at night and you hear that from across the dang hall. So one time I had somebody over, we were chilling in the living room and all we hear is I can't do it. I try to do this now, I can't do it.
Real quick, y'all, sometimes she would just do that noise just to annoy me or to bug me if she hears I'm in the other room and she's in her room. For example, one time I was on the phone with a family member and I was sitting out in the living room on the phone, and every few seconds she kept doing that snorting noise. But as soon as I got up to leave, she stopped. Then when I had to come back into the living area to do something, she started doing the noises again, even louder every few seconds, again like clockwork. Like literally just purposely trying to bug me.
That hurt. When I was in the living room chilling on the phone with my friend, My friend had heard her like coughing and sneezing, and he had said ew, but thankfully I had my headphones in, because if he had heard her, I mean, I wouldn't care if he heard her. It was giving she was very much sick. You know when someone coughs or sneezes, you can kind of tell when they cover their mouth, because like you can tell when someone is doing it out loud, because it's just very much out loud and clear. And that's how it sounded from my room. I never saw it, but that's how it sounded. To come back home, but New Year's Day in the morning, I was sick as a dog for like 2-3 days. It was so random, and like I said, I don't get sick, but I knew why I was sick, because my roommate got me sick. Coughing and sneezing all over the place, touching the walls, touching the handles, touching the bars, touching the knobs, touching everything that I also have to touch because my stuff is within these places. Not washing your hands, not covering your mouth. I was pissed, and knowing how I got sick made me even more mad, because it was like, bro, like, was this on purpose? I don't know. You went this far to try to get me sick? No, that's out of line. From that point forward, I was literally over Delusional. Like, I was already over her. Like, I was tired of her BS. You're annoying and I can't stand you, and I really dislike you. New Year's saying BS.
And not even just her moving the furniture closer to my side just to like bug me or something. Like one day I came home from work, and this was before my trip back home for New Year's. I came back home and the whole living room was squished up, feng shuied. The sofa that I was sitting was on the opposite side of the apartment. The longer couch was on another side of the apartment. Everything that was in the living room, she just like moved around for no reason. Just feng shuied for no reason. Well, there is one reason. She's trying to tick me off, but it didn't tick me off. I saw that and I was like, that's cute. And it was like that for like 2 weeks, I guess. One day I was at home, I was off, and I just said, let me just move the living room back to the way it was before, because you was that bored with yourself. You chose to spend your day doing that. Like, bro, go get a job, please.
Moving my stuff around in the kitchen. At some point, she stopped locking the front door, and let me tell you about that.
You could be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away.